All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Bristol. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series kicks off season number 2 tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway, the king of short tracks. It's a 150-lap race, and anybody and everybody can win this race, I think. Who's going to start off the season with a win tonight? Who's going to wreck out? Who's going to speed on pit lane? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watching right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, a little Bristol action to hit you in the face tonight. Race number 1 of a brand new season. It's the Buschwackers Series, and it is live right here on TurnLeftTV. All right, thank you so much for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here tonight. Today, whatever it happens to be for you, we got a good one here for you tonight, man. Woo! I'm excited about this one. Always excited for Bristol. So this is Bristol 150-lap race tonight, kicking off a brand new season. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you joining us tonight. And Bristol, always a fun race, man. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. Also, if you want to host your website or online store, VPS hosting, and shared web hosting, also available through EliteHostingUSA.com. Thanks so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel, TurnLeftTV. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. And I'm excited about this one, man. As always, I'm excited each and every week, man. I get to come out and broadcast these races, have a lot of fun with it. And I think we got a good race here for you tonight. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please do so. Get the algorithm talking out there and let people know we got what we got going on here at TurnLeftTV and High Octane Racing League. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You'll get updates when races are going live, and smash that bell as well. And thanks to all those subscribers. People come out and watch the race. I really appreciate the support here at TurnLeftTV. If you'd like to race with us, you could come over to highoctaneracing.net. We've got a quick link to our Discord server. That's where we do most of our business here at HORL. We get updates of schedules and point standings, what series happen to be running, who's winning what. And again, a quick link to our Discord server where we do most of our business as far as announcements and so forth. Take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers Series. Of course, tonight, kicking off a brand new season, 150-lap race at Bristol. Next week, we'll be at the Glen. A little road course action. That's the in-place of Circuit of the Americas. I don't think anybody wanted to race that track, so we throw the Glen in there. They get a little road course action, and one they can feel comfortable with. Richmond coming up on March the 29th. Martinsville kicking off April for us, and then finishing out the first half of the season is Texas Motor Speedway. Back half of that season, you see Dega, Dover, Kansas, Darlington, and North Wilkesboro. A good mix of tracks there on the back half of season number 2. Saturday Night Thunder will be right back here tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 150-lap race from Bristol in the Cup Series. The Saturday Night Thunder. Kicking off a brand new season there. The Cup cars, the big boys at Bristol. That racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take a look at the track here at Bristol. Little over half a mile in length. And concrete, tire munching, high banked oval. Banking in the corners 24 to 28 degrees. Banking down the straights at 6 to 10 degrees. And this thing is fast and furious. Little room to race here, man, but really going to have to take care of your tires, especially early in that run. This thing's going to get a little loose on you. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action for race number 5 of the season on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 130 laps at Iowa for race number 5 in the Craftsman Truck Series mod, the Tough Trucks, High Octane Racing League style.
Soul.
Don't forget to help me out by clicking on the links down in the description of this race. Click on that Sim Lab link. And then help me out there by checking out Sim Lab. And if you want anything from them or you're interested in purchasing something, please use my link here. I have a Sim Lab GT1 Evo sim rig that I race with and also do my broadcasting with. I'm setting in my race sim right now. We'll have a lot of fun with that. It makes racing a lot more realistic, but SimLife's got some great deals. And really happy that I went with those guys, so check them out. Guys, getting ready to go to the qualification session. These guys getting ready to go to quals. So guys are getting ready to go to quals here, and right now 14 drivers. I would expect maybe a couple more might be late joining. Somewhere maybe around 16 or so. Got a couple of guys that are out for the weekend, however. See, the fans are all excited, ready to rock and roll. Gordon Carter out on the track making his qualification attempt here in the 2X car. He'll have a new paint scheme in the books here, hopefully next week. 14.714 for Gordon Carter. 2.56 there for Robillard up at the top of the grid. Take a look at the Givaldo Spindle in a 68 car. Marizon, the new top time of the 14.160. 160 is the time to beat. Let's see where Givaldo is. 5.34 for Givaldo. Right now, 7th on the grid there for him. Sean Jacobs with a 2.26. He's up to 4th. Gilmar Peixoto to 71. Might have been a little contact there for him. He's going to back off that qual session. Let's take a look at Jesus Iglesias in the 22. Orange Crush sponsor machine. A little bit of work to do here in that black iteration of the scheme. 5.87 there for him on his first lap. And a 2.06 for lap number 2. Right now, Marizon shown as the top time. Dana Grover might be starting in the back here this evening. We'll see. He's yet to make a qual attempt. So here he goes. Dana Grover. The Trax VR sponsored 89 car. Marizon's time so far, 1.60 is standing up. .286. A little work to do for Dana Grover right now. P8. Oh, he swings wide coming off the turn. Little fast here in the first 2 seconds. Let's see where he gets off. Oh, baby, 1.63. Just off. 4/1000ths of a second there, starting in P2. Outside row 1 for the Canadian. Well, good run, man. Saving it. A little drama. Say hello to Trax VR. Fireball Flash Racing. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Oh, yeah, that's right. It is St. Paddy's Day. I'll be darned. I'm part Irish and didn't even know that. Good job to those guys. And these guys going through the DM now. Drivers meeting. And I appreciate everybody being here this evening and supporting me here on TurnLeftTV. As always, let's get this party started. All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us tonight, we are at Bristol Motor Speedway, 150-lap race. And a brand new season here in the Buschwackers Series, season number 2. And what a great season we have in store for you. A lot of great tracks. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator. These guys are right now in the driver's meeting after finishing qualifications. Technically about 2.5 minutes or so left in quals, and we'll be able to give you the qualification results. But again, thanks so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here tonight. Thanks so much for coming in and joining me on the YouTube channel. Man, I really appreciate people coming out and watching. Also, people joining me in the chat session as well. Look over that once in a while and check out who's here. Givaldo, Jesus, Tracks VR. Fireball Flash is going to be on the track here tonight, joining Givaldo and Jesus. Jomar, too. He's racing my paint scheme that I painted for him. Said to see if it's lucky. I noticed that, man. I just stuck that in there for Jomar, and I wondered if he would even notice that paint scheme. So good to see Jomar out here. Again, thanks so much for coming in. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up button, please do so. Thumbs up gets the algorithm talking there. People see these races and subscribe, man. I'm always looking for some new subscribers, trying to work my way to 1,000 subscribers. And don't forget to smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live here. We got a lot in store here for you. As we work our way through spring into the summer, we're going to have some good racing here at TurnLeftTV. Don't let the name fool you, man. We turn left and right here at TurnLeftTV. I get a lot of kidding around there, ribbing over the name of the server, so the name of the YouTube channel. That's fine. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. But Jomar painting the racing the paint scheme that I surprised him with. All right, looks like these guys are just about finished with quals. So we'll give you the results. They're getting ready to kick it over. Qualification results. Craig Marizon in the 60 qualifies P1. Dana Grover with that last-ditch effort there, surprising us. And breaking some hearts. Now he's starting on the outside row 1. Row 2, Gordon Carter, Jesus Iglesias. Row number 3, Todd Robillard, Sean Jacobs. Row 4, Franco Alvarez and Givaldo Spindola. And then you take a look at John Stanley and Gilmar Peixoto in row number 5. Row 6, Steve Pierce and Chris Hughes. And row number 7 is Dan Richter and Dennis Uderchin. You guys now have a little warm-up session. Looks like Jesus already having trouble here in the warm-up. All right, 7.5 minutes or so to go here in the warm-up session. Let's take a look at the keys to the race here tonight at Bristol. That's Phoenix. Oh, boy. Fire me. Fire me. There we go. See, I've got all these prepared, like pre-planned out, but I didn't check to make sure that it was loaded up. All right, tire management here, man. You see some of these guys in the practice session, and even in quals, you may even see it here a little bit in warm-up. If they're overdriving the car, you can really see them laying down rubber on the track. So, man, you are going to have to take care of these tires. The track is very abrasive, and it does eat up tires, especially for those guys that drive it on the edge. Track position is king here. You're going to have to be patient to gain that track position and hold on to that track position. Know when to let people go, too. Pit stops, make sure they're on point. Man, it's really easy to pit and speed on pit lane here. Pit is going into turn 3, and then you exit pits off of turn 2, rejoin the racing surface off of turn 2, and that can be a little dicey too. But I'll tell you what, speeding in pit lane could be huge. If you get caught with a speeding penalty, as we see Sean Jacobs there making a pit stop, if you get caught speeding and you get a serve at drive-through under green, you are in huge trouble. And then navigate the traffic too. We don't have a huge amount of people here, 14 drivers here tonight, but still going to have to learn how to navigate the traffic here at Bristol. You're always going to be around somebody here at Bristol, that's for sure. So those are my keys to the race here at Bristol tonight. And again, taking a look at the schedule, next week we'll be at a little road course. Watkins Glen International 35-lap race coming up on March the 22nd. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Getting some chatters in here, of course. Throw them up there. Give them a shout out again. Jesus, Givaldo, best of luck to them, as well as Dana Grover. That's Fireball Flash. And Gilmar Pachotto. Thanks for Trax VR for coming in here and supporting Fireball Flash tonight, and also supporting TurnLeftTV. Trax VR provides a sim racing environment for people up in the Calgary area to race and have a good time. And I've seen some. I've been on their website checking it out, man. They got a lot of sim rigs, and a lot of people show up. Maybe have a few drinks. Even some ladies showing up sometimes there at Trax VR. So there you go. Get them in the driver's seat. But thanks to Trax VR for coming out and supporting Dana Grover, but also showing up here and supporting TurnLeftTV. Appreciate that. Got 4 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Don't forget the Tough Trucks will be at Iowa Speedway coming up on Tuesday. 130-lap race at Iowa. Man, that's going to be a fun one. Race number 5 of the season, so working our way to the halfway point in that Tough Truck Series season. And this has been a lot of fun, man. We've had some fantastic races in the Tough Trucks. Definitely was something you want to check out. We've got the Discord address on the banner right there. Saturday Night Thunder will be in action tomorrow night right here at Bristol. That's right, we're Xfinity tonight. We are Cup Series tomorrow. 150-lap race. It's race number 1 of a brand new season. And Bristol Motor Speedway in the Cup Series is going to be a lot of fun. Get down to the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat, and mix it up with the boys. Well, last season's champion was Claudio Bardelli Jr. Can he repeat this season? He is doing Samba tonight, so he's going to start off a race behind everybody else. But congratulations again to Claudio Bardelli Jr., last season's champion, and we'll see if he can repeat. I know guys are out there gunning for him here this season, but you got to have your game on to beat Claudio Bardelli Jr. '83 car there driving it on the edge. Trying to see what he can get out of that. There's Gilmar Peixoto and his paint scheme, the 71. Now 30 seconds left here before we get the command to start the engines. All right, boys and girls, it looks like it's about that time. Time to get this party started. So get your picks in now. Get your picks in now. Here we go.
All right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, the starting order here at Bristol. Craig Bearzon in the 60 starts in P1. Dana Grover in the 89 car starts P2. The 2X of Gordon Carter starts in the third position, and Jesus Iglesias starts in P4. Starting in fifth is Todd Robillard in the 90 car. Sean Jacobs starts sixth at 24. Franco Alvarez at 83 starts in the seventh position. Givaldo Spindle at 68 starts in P8. P9 is the 12 of John Stanley. Gilmar Peixoto at a 71 car starts in 10th. Steve Pearson to 51 will start in the 11th spot. The 7 of Chris Hughes starts in 12th. In 13th is Dan Richter in the 65, and Dennis Schuderchen in the 47 car starts in 14th tonight. Again, my keys to the race here tonight. Tire management, man. Make sure you hang on to that track position. Be patient. Pit stops on point. And navigate through traffic here tonight at Bristol. And this should be a fun one. These guys better hang on. Here we go. 150 laps here tonight. Greg Marazon will lead the field to take the green flag.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And we're off here at Bristol. Old tires here. Be patient here on the start. These babies get warmed up. Look at that. Dana Grover working the outside. Now taking the race lead using that outside line. You may see, guys, if we have caution flags, restarting on that outside if they have that choice. Rick Marazon in second. Jesus Iglesias in the third position. Gordon Carter in fourth. Robillard in the fifth position. Dana Grover on a mission. We saw he was fast in quals. Marazon in that second position in the 60 car. This guy can make all the races, man. I really think you're looking at another guy who is definitely in the hunt to win a championship. He's already got one under his belt. Starting to tighten up here with Gordon Carter, Dana, and Todd Robillard. Just behind Robillard is Franco Alvarez. Robillard right now running MP5, and he's starting to peek around on the inside on board here with that Sunoco spotting machine. Now looking on the high side, trying to find a way to get around those two X car. Look at Dan Richter here in the 65, battling Steve Pierce. Steve Pierce in the 51 car up on the high side, that Captain Morgan sponsor machine. And Richter, he likes that high side here, but man, he'll take the spot on the low side if he can get it. And he is, oh boy, he had a fender underneath the 51 car. Now side by side here. This is for the 12th or the 11th position. Pierce driving that outside line. Still got that 65 car on the low side. Whoa, 65 car had to get out of the throttle. Almost got up into the 51. They are still battling here. Good side-by-side race here. Richter and Pierce. Richter in the 65. Boy, I tell you what, he's got to be a happy camper. The Purdue Boilermakers, the number one seed in the tournament in the NCAA boys men's basketball tournament. So he's got to be right now. He's a Purdue grad. These guys are still side-by-side. So hard to pull off a pass here. Chris Hughes watching this action. On board here with Chris Hughes. He watches Richter does finally pick off that spot. And Pierce now falling back to the 12th position. Dan Richter moving up to P11. Dana Grover leading the field. He's on a mission here tonight. It might be his night here, too. Particularly that side-by-side. Gilmar Peixoto back there running in that ninth position in the 71 car. He's now rolling up onto the back of Givaldo Spindle in the 68. With the 71 trying to get by, he had to get out of the throttle. Had to get out of the throttle there. Wow. And he was working on the back of that 68 car, but had to get out of the throttle and keep from getting into the wall. Although, battling here. We'll take a look at Givaldo Spindola in a 68. He is, whoa! But I tell you what, Jesus Iglesias had to get out of the throttle. Jesus Iglesias got wicked loose right there. Go back here and look at this. He got down into the inside, drifted up to the back up into traffic, and that something happened to Jesus. Holy smokes! And those guys avoiding him, almost a huge wreck right there. Let's see what happened to Jesus here in the 22 Orange Crush Sponson machine. Just smacking the wall there. And that probably leads to another, and he is almost, he's into the inside wall and then comes back up into traffic here. And those guys trying to get around. You see John Stanley getting around. 65 getting around S7 trying to figure out which way to go. Jesus gets out of the way. Wow. Look at this here, the 60. And Dana Grover gets snapped right there. He snapped loose. And the 60 car is going to get by and take that spot. Dana Grover, the Toyota, snapped. A little bit loose there for him. Go back here and take a look at that. On board here, look at that car's just snapping right there. He does a great job of saving it, but Craig Marizon ready to pounce. Dana Grover says, hey, wait a minute. Go back to live here and take a look at this. We got a good battle here between the 83 and the 90. Jesus Iglesias on pit lane. Taking some service after getting into the wall. And a battle here between the 83 and the 90. The 83, Franco Alvarez is going to take that spot. He's now up to the 4th position. Take a look here. Jesus Iglesias on pit lane. 26 laps in and getting a little racy here. As Alvarez starting to work his way up to Gordon Carter in the 2X. Franco Alvarez on board here with him as he is trying to figure out a way to get around that 2X machine. Just behind Alvarez is Todd Robillard. Iglesias still on pit lane, taking some service. Look at that. Dana Grover now has company out of Gordon Carter. Alvarez going to sneak through. He's trying to get by. Good battling here, side by side, and Alvarez is going to use the outside line and follow Dana Grover through. That Bass Pro Shops number 83 snuck it up to the high side and got around Gordon Carter. Take a look at Craig Marizon. He likes those guys racing one another. Helping him out as Iglesias now comes back out onto the track. John Stanley. And Gilmar Peixoto. John Stanley, Gilmar Peixoto battling it out. And Stanley up on the high side. As now Ricker trying to work his way through. Look at this traffic jam. Peixoto is 71 on the inside now. Now drifted up to the high side. Dan Ricker trying to find a way to get through these guys. On the bottom side, you see Gilmar in the 71. Ico sponsor machine. And Givaldo as well. And Gilmar going to use this bottom line here to try to get by Givaldo. And Richter says, hey, man, I want through as well here. Don't leave me out of this. The 68 car up in the wall. 68 car drifting up the wall. Richter is sneaking around on the inside. Tight battle here between the 71 and the 65. Richter and Peixoto side by side. John Stanley in the 12 has a ringside seat for this action. And Richter looks like he's going to pull off that pass. Whoa, man. Not so fast. Gilmar says, I don't think so, man. I still got something to say about that. These guys getting after it. No, they're not going to be 3 wide. I thought they were going 3 wide. That would be a big no-no. Gilmar wisely backs off. And it looks like, Givaldo into the wall again. Man, that thing is going to have to come down pit lane here soon. Wow. John Stanley trying to sneak through as well in that 12 car. John Stanley getting by Givaldo. Givaldo battling back there on the high side, but I think John Stanley going to take that spot. Man, we got some racing going on here. Arizon got about a second lead over Franco Alvarez. Starting to roll up on some lap traffic here with the 51, Steve Pierce. Steve Pierce now one lap down in the lucky dog position. Franco Alvarez trying to slip through as well on the high side there in the 83. Fast Pro Shop sponsor machine. Take a look at Gordon Carter. He's in a mess right now. Hornet's nest. The 2X following Dana Grover. Carter right now running in the 4th position on board here with him as he is sandwiched in between the 89 and the 90. What's that, 90? What's that, 89.5? He's 89.5 right now. Oh, he's about ready to be 91. Sorry. The 2X changed that number to 91 now as the 90 gets by. So we got the 89, the 90, and the 2X. Darn it. Sean Jacobs, he's starting to roll up on that 2X. The 24 car, been kind of quiet here tonight, but running in the 6th position. And there you are, they're getting racy up there. Todd Robillard and Dana Grover. Robillard had to get out. Oh, Robillard! Can he hold on to it? He does. There was contact. Wow, no caution flag. No caution flag. Holy Toledo, did you see that? Let's take a look and see what happened here. Robillard trying to get underneath Dana Grover. He gets loose right there, and then Carter trying to get by on the high side. Robillard touched the apron, he went down onto the apron, got into the 2X. Sean Jacobs sneaks through. And gets into the back of the 2Xs. Get out of the way. Sean Jacobs, did you see that, man? He had nowhere to go there. Watch this, out of the front of Sean Jacobs' machine. Robillard drifts up the track, gets into the 2X. Sean Jacobs taking some evasive move. He says, okay, wait a minute, get out of the way. Get out of the way. 24 Cal U sponsor machine gets through. Wow, what a move. What a move by Sean Jacobs. I got to look at that again. That's just holding on and praying right there. Right there's the contact of the 90. See, the 2X does a great job of holding on to this. Sean Jacobs gets up into the wall a little bit. Now he's got a head of steam. Gets into the back of the 2X. Punts him out of the way. And Dan Richter had a ringside seat for that too. Dan Richter, watch this. He's going to say, hey, thank you very much. I'll gain about 4 spots on this one. Here we go. There's 1. I guess he gained 2 spots. There's 2. So the gift that keeps on giving right there for Dan Richter. Go back here to live at Marizon in the 60. 54 laps in. We've been caution free, and we've been trying to bring out a caution, that's for sure. We got 4 cars a lap down or more. Oh, no, there's contact with 71 and the 65, the 60 car, the race leader. Alvarez going to slip through. Oh, my heavens, man. There was contact there. There was contact. Wow. I don't know what happened here. We're going to have to back it up this way. Looked like Gilmar was on the outside right there. He might have made contact with the wall right there. He makes contact and then comes down the track a little bit, gets into the 60, and the 60 does a heck of a job of holding on to that. But Alvarez right there to pounce, and he's going to take the race lead. He said, thank you. Speaking of the gift that keeps on giving. And the 83, the new race leader. And I'll tell you what, Marizon can't be too happy about that. I don't think that was anything intentional, just slick track, old tires. And now Alvarez says, hey, Gilmar, give me some room here, baby. And Gilmar coming down pit lane here to take some service on that machine. The 71. Franco Alvarez, our leader here on lap 59. Dana Grover and Sean Jacobs here battling it out. Good battle here for P3. Grover up on the high side of the 89. Dan Richter in this mix as well. Good three-way battle. 3, 4, and 5 here. The 89 battling on that in that Toyota. So we've got great parity here. We got a Toyota, we got a Ford, and a Chevy. All battling for P3. They're rolling up on Steve Pierce. Something's going to have to give now as these guys are too wide. Oh, Dana Grover gets stuck behind the 51 car. Dana Grover stuck behind that Captain Morgan sponsor machine. Says, hey, give me some room here, bro. Oh, and he gets into Dan Richter trying to get over. And Steve Pierce has no room to get down on the bottom side. And I'll tell you what, Dana's going to be best served if he goes down to the inside right there. And see Iglesias on fresh tires after coming off pit lane. And Steve Pierce gets out of the way there and lets those guys go. Woo-wee! Holy smokes! Franco Alvarez says, I don't want any part of that, boys. When I come up onto the back of you guys got to get out of the way. You guys got gifted P1. Holy smokes. We got some racing going on here. Somebody said, hey, let's get out here and race. Steve Pierce here in that 51 Captain Morgan sponsor machine. Every time he wins the race, we get free Captain Morgan. I'd be in big trouble if I had free Captain Morgan, that's for sure. Take a look at Chris Hughes in the 7 car. Quiet night here for him in the 7. And he is running in the 8th position. Getting around or coming up on this 51 car. 51, Steve Pierce lets him go. Chris Hughes got a little work to do to catch up to Robillard. He's about 3.5 seconds back to Robillard. John Stanley trying to work his way through as well. Stanley's had a pit stop already. Now he is 3 laps down, but he has got fresh tires and on the move. John Stanley in P11 or P12. Trying to work his way back to, a couple laps down or maybe on the lead lap here as these guys start to maybe cycle around on pit stops. Gordon Carter, Dana Grover here battling. Gordon Carter in the 2X. Dana Grover might have a little front end damage he's dealing with, but he's battling Gordon Carter. So great run here. A couple of Canadians beating up on each other right now. And Grover going to hold on to that spot. He said, these guys from Trax VR are watching me right now. I can't let you go. And Dana Grover holds on to P5. Gordon Carter in 6th. Dennis Shuderchin into 47. Haven't talked too much about him. He's been kind of quiet here tonight. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning there where he's at in Ukraine. And he has got a whole lot of company behind him. Look at this. The 89, the 2X, the 12 on fresh tires. The 12 says, I want to get around. The 2X is going to get around. And Shuderchin goes down to the bottom side, letting these guys go. Dennis Shuderchin in P9 in that 47 car. You see that counter steering, so those tires starting to wear out there for him. He's running in the 9th position as those guys getting by in a hurry on fresh tires. You see Givaldo in the 68 car giving Shuderchin a little bit of room. Shuderchin running in 9th. Top 10 run here for him. This battle is getting serious right now. We're going to have to call in the Canadian Mounties to separate these boys. Grover using all of that track way up there on that outside. And John Stanley, he says, hey, I'm Canadian too. Let's go. Look at all of Canada up here, man. Oh, Grover into the outside wall. This is traffic right here. Grover gets into the outside wall. Let's see how that affects him. These guys getting by Givaldo. Watch some great racing here. Holy Toledo. John Stanley got fresh tires. He's not battling for a position. He's saying, I want a round here. I got freshies on. And I think these guys are going to be coming down pit lane here really, really soon. They want to try to make it to halfway. That's what they were doing. John Stanley in the 12. On the bottom side, he's starting to roll up on Steve Pierce, getting around Dana Grover. And, oh, boy, man. Oh, my gosh, man. Steve Pierce is 3-1 now. Oh, no, it's going to be a wreck. Oh, they keep it straight. My heavens. How did they do that? We got a lot of guys on pit lane, but I'm not sure I want to leave this action here. Holy Toledo. Dan Richter is the race leader. We've got a slew of drivers on pit lane. Franco Alvarez, who gave up the race lead, is on pit lane. It looks like Richter in his 65 is the leader. Man, this racing has been intense. Franco Alvarez gave up the lead, come down pit lane, and he was lucky that he got away from all of this mess. These guys were really battling. Actually, he got around Craig Marizon. Marizon had some trouble with some lap traffic, and Franco Alvarez was there to capitalize. Now he comes out about the same time that Dana Grover does, and Alvarez speeding there. He didn't get caught speeding, I don't think, but here on lap 81, Alvarez back in P2. Richter, I think, still has to make a pit stop. Wow, man, I tell you what, that racing has been intense. And look at that, Dan Richter is coming down pit lane now in the 65 car. And that's going to give the race lead to Franco Alvarez. Utichin on pit lane as well in the 47 car. And Alvarez is our leader. We go back up here and look at Franco Alvarez. Actually, it looked like he is now coming back out on track after making pit stop. That's the replay of that deal. We go back to live here as Alvarez is the leader. Utichin back out on the track. Givaldo Spindola says he's coming down pit lane. We got Steve Pierce on pit lane in the 51 car. Captain Morgan sponsored machine. You got to be really careful, man. You do not want to speed coming down pit lane. Steve Pierce here on lap 86. Making a pit stop. Alvarez is the leader. He's got about a 0.2 of a second lead over Marizon. Good battle shaping up there between the 60 and the 83. 83, I think, got a little bit fresher tires now, pitting a little bit later. But really two crafty veterans here now battling for the race lead. 2/10 separate the two of those guys. Steve Pierce extended pit stop here for that Captain Morgan sponsor machine. Tried to refill that bottle, that flask. Uh-oh. Steve Pierce out of the race, it looks like. Steve Pierce out of the race, and so he's retired his machine. Givaldo Spindola now finishing up his pit stop here at the 68 car. He's coming back out on track. Back up here with the race leader. Franco Alvarez. Craig Marizon, 0.3 separate the two of those guys. Alvarez now rolling up on Gilmar Peixoto. That lap traffic, that's going to slow him down a little bit as now Marizon starting to close into the back of the 83. 83 to the bottom side here, trying to get by Gilmar. He gets by, and Gilmar giving a little bit of room there. That helped Marizon out just a tad, as it was a little bit easier for Marizon to get around. One car out of the race, and that is Steve Pierce. Unfortunately, he had a tough night. Now we got 2.10 separating P1, P2. This is a good battle here. Two tenths separate, and now it's starting to tighten up even more as the 60 car on the move here is Alvarez in an 83 looking out of the rear view mirror at that 60 car, getting bigger and bigger and bigger in his rear view mirror. A little bit different strategy through the turns. Looks like Alvarez a little bit better into the turn, Marizon a little bit better out of the turn. Gilmar Peixoto and Chris Hughes battling here, the 7 and the 71. 71 pushing a little bit on the outside line, holding on. He had to get that spot. Chris Hughes battled, but right now Gilmar comes out on top of that little battle. Gilmar running into 6th position. Chris Hughes is in 7th. Now they're getting side by side again. 50 laps to go. And Hughes cannot pull off the pass on that inside line. Dana Grover in the 89 car. The 2X also in this mix. I'll tell you what, man, this Alvarez Marizon battle is not going to go away. Look at this mess right here. Dana Grover to the high side. Chris Hughes on the inside line. And Dana Grover going to pick up that spot. Gordon Carter following him through. Dan Richter getting through as well. Wow. There's some good battling here as we are through our first round of pit stops. Some of these guys made it halfway. We've been caution-free here at Bristol. And the setup is a little tough to drive, man. And I think these setups that are tougher to drive make for better racing because these guys actually have to concentrate more on keeping the car pointed in the right direction. John Stanley here in the, Todd Robillard here in the 90 car as John Stanley's on pit lane. Gilmar down to the 22. Jesus down to the inside. He's had a really tough battle here tonight, man. He had a lot of damage there early on. He's had that car repaired, but he is down about 9 laps right now. Tough break there for him tonight. Dana Grover and Gilmar Peixoto. Peixoto on the high side as Dana Grover in the 89 going by here on the low side. Is he going to get by? Gilmar battling. Chris Hughes wanting to get through as well. Oh, boy, 3 wide. Almost got 3 wide there as Dana Grover, the 89, trying to work his way through. Looking out of the back, and Dana Grover's machine all over the place. Is that 71? Oh, there's contact to 71 and a 70 rubbing each other right there. Rubbing a little paint off. Fortunately, both those cars are black. Chris Hughes and Gilmar Peixoto. Wow, let's take a look at this. Watch this. There's a little contact there maybe, but Gilmar comes down. Chris Hughes on that bottom line. He's almost on the apron, and there was contact, and maybe Hughes couldn't react. Gilmar couldn't react in time. Dennis Schuchen in this mix. Dennis Schuchen running in the 9th position now. He is 2 laps down. Peixoto is 1 lap down, and Dennis getting by. Alvarez the leader, but I'll tell you what, Craig Marizon has not let him go. Dan Richter starting to close in on these guys. Look at this. This is a three-way battle here for the lead now as Dan Richter is in the zip code, baby. He said, boiler up. Looking out of the front of his machine at Marizon and Alvarez. Here we are, 115 laps in. This racing is intense, man. We've been on the edge of our seat all race long. It's some great racing. A little bit of contact is what you would expect here at Bristol. Richter's great at saving his stuff, working the high side, and Marizon starting to peek around on the inside line. You see that? Marizon starting to give it a look there on the inside. Alvarez doing his best to hold on. And he is doing a fair bit of mirror driving right now. As Craig Marizon in that Magpul Dynamic Spots machine is looking on the low side. Gordon Carter in this mix too. Now Gordon Carter is in P5 and he is a lap down. But he could be a spoiler here in deciding who to go with as these guys start to battle one another. So P1, 2, and 3 just ahead right there. Alvarez, Marizon, and Richter. 1, 2, 3. And what a great little battle we've got. Take a look at this as Dennis Schuchen leaving a door open, or did he? Sean Jacobs got by, and now Robillard in the 90 car getting by, but Robillard is 2 laps down. Sean Jacobs shown in the 4th position. Now he just about a little under 8 seconds down to the race lead, so who knows, man. These guys start to get a little racy, and Sean Jacobs, the 24 car, could be the spoiler here tonight. Now running in P4. But Alvarez is the leader. Now those guys have opened up a little gap on the 65. Who knows, 65 might be on tire safe strategy here. Just stay in tow with them there. Make sure you keep them within earshot. Oh, the 60 into the wall. The 60 car gets into the wall. Trying to hold on to that thing, comes back up track, but he got into the wall. Wow, man. Marizon got in the wall. We'll see if we can't take a look at this. Yeah, so Marizon got into the wall here. Roll up onto the back of Alvarez. We might be just a little bit too soon here. Got into the outside wall. He's really giving it a peek here on the inside. This just talking about how those guys open up a gap, and right there. Oh, that didn't hit. Thought he was going to get into the wall right there. I'm not wishing for it. It's already happened, bro. I think he just missed the corner and gets into the wall. See the 22 try to get out of the way. Marizon right there gets into the wall here. We'll back it up just a little bit. Marizon just kind of a weird angle getting out of that turn, in and out of that turn, and smacks that wall, and Richter is going to get through. They had to check up behind him. Watch this, on board here with Richter. Right there, Marizon does a good job pulling that car off the wall, and Richter's going to get around. And, wow. Gordon Carter had to check up. And that was a gift for Franco Alvarez. But I will say he's got Dan Richter to contend with now. Peixoto is on pit lane here late in the race. It's Franco Alvarez the leader, but I'll tell you what, Dan Richter now in this mix. Marizon is about 1.3 seconds back. That car's got some pretty significant right side damage that he's dealing with. If anybody can overcome that, that is going to be Craig Marizon. And now a little bit of traffic here for Franco Alvarez. We are tightening it up here. Marizon drop, he's back about a second here. Those guys got held up by some lap traffic with Dennis Junichin. He's back about a second now. Gordon Carter is in the lucky dog position in his 2X if there's a late race caution. As of right now, he is the first car one lap down. Marizon with that lap traffic that he had to deal with, now 1.6 seconds down. Alvarez opened up a little bit of a lead here on Richter. Remember that Alvarez was really pushing it pretty hard there, trying to hold off Marizon. So he may be, hurting a little bit here on tires. He is going to be rolling up on some lap traffic. Richter might be sandbagging a little bit, dropping back. Waiting for another run. Remember, Alvarez had to battle Craig Marizon. Alvarez looked like he might have brushed the wall right there. Across the start-finish line, we'll have 11 laps to go. Starting to open up a lead here. But he is rolling up on some lap traffic, man. Oh, boy. This is not what you want to do with rolling up on 10 laps to go now. Givaldo getting up to the outside and letting him go. 1 second gap there between the 65 and the 83. And they're too wide ahead. Dana Grover, Chris Hughes battling for position. That was for the 6th spot. And Alvarez now rolling up on this lap traffic. See Robillard in the 90 car trying to hang on here. Richter has not been able to capitalize on this lap traffic so far. More lap traffic ahead for the 83. Alvarez, oh man, tight right there with the lap car. And Richter now trying to fight his way through. He got it under a second. But can he navigate through this lap traffic fast enough? This is going to hurt him. He's got 2 cars to get around. Battle here is Dana Grover and Chris Hughes battling. Grover on the outside, using a little muscle there in that 89 car, holding on to that spot. Chris Hughes in 7th, Dana maintaining that 6th position. Alvarez now going back here to live as Alvarez has gotten around that lap traffic, and he has opened up about a 2-second gap on Dan Richter. Marizon in 3rd, Jacobs 4th, Carter is in 5th. Across the start-finish line, we'll have 2 to go. Franco Alvarez 2 laps away from victory here. Continuing to open up that lead. Down the backstretch. Around turn 3 through turn 4. 1 more lap to go for Franco Alvarez. Down the backstretch, clear track ahead for the 83 car. Franco Alvarez coming off turn 4 is going to bring home the victory here at Bristol. What a run for Franco. And he had to battle for it there late in the race. And what a race, caution free here at Bristol. We try to figure out where the camera's going to be here. This guy's this game, man. God. Whoa! He might have a little damage on that car. Let's get a little closer look. The camera does not like when the car changes its position on the track. I will tell you that, and I'm done with that. That's one of the hokey things about this game. So congratulations to Franco Alvarez on getting the win. Wow. What a victory there for him. And what a good race too, man. Very clean race. A lot of great racing with these guys, and a little bit of contact there just to make it interesting. Certainly. Definitely going to have to move the we're going to have to move that image here once we bring that up here. We'll take a look at the final results. Take a look at the final results here tonight. Franco Alvarez gets the win in the 83 car. Dan Richter finishes in P2. Craig Marizon third. Sean Jacobs finishes in that 4th position. Gordon Carter 5th. Dana Grover finishes in the 6th position in the 89. Chris Hughes finishes in 7th. Finishing in 8th is Todd Robillard in the 90. John Stanley finished in the 9th position. Dennis Schuchen rounding out the top 10. Finishing in the 11th position is the 68, Givaldo Spindola. Jomar Peixoto to 71 finishes in P12. Jesus Iglesias 13th. And Steve Pierce finishes in the 14th position. Oh, I told you we'd have to move that. I told you we would have to move it. My heavens, man. That's because I couldn't get over there to grab the screenshot very well. So we're going to have to deal with that right there. That is a crappy looking position, but yeah, very hard. When you change a position on the track, or you're trying to fly that camera around, it doesn't work too well. But that's Franco Alvarez. What a piss poor placement of that screenshot there, but that gets the race win, so congratulations to him, and we'll see if we won't be able to get him up in the broadcast booth. What a clean race there for everybody. Had a little bit of drama there just to make things interesting. Let's see if we can't get him up here in the booth. All right, Franco Alvarez in the booth. Congratulations to you, Franco. And man, I tell you what, you had to work for that little battle there with Marizon and Richter and a little bit of everybody and some lap traffic. Talk about how that race went for you.
Hey, Mr. Johnson. Well, work for it is an understatement, to be honest. First of all, I had a terrible quality. I hit the wall and I had a very slow time, so I started 7th. And on the first round, I just tried to pick up positions from other people's mistakes. I paused the 90 when he got loose. I paused the 22 when he got loose. I managed to go by the 2X when he tried to pass the 89. Doing that, I got to second. But I realized the 60 had better pace than me. So I was trying to push very hard for the strategy to play on my end. Luckily, he got an incident with a lap car. I think it was the 71. That gave me the first place. And then on strategy, I kept the lead after the pit stops. But even in equal tires, the 60 and the 65 were faster than me. So I just tried to manage the gap. I tried to keep the 60 behind me while saving tires at the beginning of the second run. The problem is that created the decrease of the gap from the 65. So after the 60 lost time, I needed to fight the 65. So yeah, very, very hard fog race. A lot of traffic and a lot of battles for position.
Yeah, it looked like the difference between, say, winning and losing in some cases was when you caught the lap traffic and how you were able to navigate through that once once you got on that back half of that race.
It was extremely difficult to manage the traffic because some drivers had newer tires, some drivers had worse tires, so you didn't really know who was faster or who was slower or how much slower they were. So yeah, that was challenging to say the least. And it wasn't it wasn't a big field, but because of the size of the track, we had cars where we were passing cars every time.
Yeah, managing traffic was definitely key to the race here at Bristol, and it seems like it always is. And of course, a little bit of tire management too, I think. Pit stops, is this a track that you feel like that you're really, really worried about pitting and speeding on pit lane?
No, not this track in particular. There are worse tracks in my opinion. But yeah, it played a big role, If you pit too early and a caution comes out, which happened to me before, you are 2 laps down. If you pit way too late, you lose 4, 3, 5, 6 seconds, which you can recover. Even if you're faster than the guy, you can recover 3 seconds. So when I saw the 60 pitting behind me, I pitted the very next lap because I knew if I stay out much longer, it will be way worse for me. So yeah, pit strategy and pit stuff in general were very important today for sure.
Well, next week, a different beast entirely. Sometimes you're hit or miss on road courses. We got Watkins Glen in the place of where, Circuit of the Americas would be in the real NASCAR series. What's the feeling about, I think maybe, did you say you're going on vacation or something?
It's very special. I will be here for the race, so don't worry about that. Yeah, it's a very special place for me because I had my High Octane Racing League debut at Watkins Glen, which was a 3rd place. So yeah, the road courses are a strong part for me, I think. So I'm gonna try to guarantee another win there and try to keep up the lead for this season.
Well, hey, congratulations! Good to see you back in victory lane, and the Bass Pro Shops Camaro. Good luck to you next week, and thanks for all the work you do here to help us out at HORL too, by the way.
No, thanks to you. I just hope the Bass Pro Shops Camaro is as fast as today for the next week. And I really hope we get to see a couple of new cars on the track. Somebody told me.
I hope so too. I got a lot of work to do this weekend, it looks like. So thanks for all your work, and we'll see you next week, man.
Thanks, man.
And Franco Alvarez joining us up here in the booth and getting a win. And you got to really, hand it to him when he's coming in and competing in a race and looking at a race. He knows he's got this strategy in mind already. I mean, frankly, when I go out to race, I just go out to race, and whatever plays out, and I adjust my strategy. He does that too, but I think he really knows what he wants to do. Tire management, and how to what position he wants to try to. When he wants to pit, who he wants to pit with. He's thinking about all those things, and that's why you see him in victory lane a lot. He knows how to drive a car, and he knows how to adjust that strategy as well. He's got a pre-plan coming into a race, and he knows how to adjust that on the fly too. So congratulations to Franco Alvarez on getting the win. here at Bristol. What a great race it was, man. Hey, the Truck Trucks will be in action at Iowa Speedway on Tuesday, March the 19th for race number 5 of the season. It's a 130-lap race from the cornfields of Iowa, and that's the Tough Truck Series coming up on Tuesday, March the 19th. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder will be right here tomorrow night, baby. Race number 1 of the Cup Series. That's right, the big boys will be out racing in the Saturday Night Thunder here tomorrow night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the Saturday Night Thunder. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. Not only that, you can host your website or your online store, VPS hosting, and shared web hosting also available through EliteHostingUSA.com. Don't forget to join us over at HighOctaneRacing.net. You get a quick link to our Discord server. You see races like you did tonight. You'll be able to get out on the track and race with these boys on Friday nights. Saturday nights are just as good as well in the stock cars and the tough trucks out of this world on Tuesday nights. So come on out and join us. We'd like to have you. Quick link to our Discord server at HighOctaneRacing.net. Well, like I said, we'll be at Watkins Glen next week, 35-lap race at the road course. And racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, coming up on March the 22nd. You see Richmond, Martinsville, and Texas the first half of that season. Dega, Dover, Kansas, Darlington, North Wilkesboro in the back half of that season here in the Buschwackers series. And I think Watkins Glen is going to be a lot of fun next week. The only road course on the season schedule. Well, that's going to do it for me tonight here at TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here tonight and supporting me on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that big fat thumbs up button. Get the algorithm talking and getting people out here seeing this video in their feed. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thanks to all those folks who have. And then don't forget to smash that bell. You get updates when races are going live here on TurnLeftTV. I'm so thankful that people come out and watch the races, all those subscribers, all those people that come out and view and participate in the chat and so forth. So I really appreciate all the support here at TurnLeftTV. That's going to do it for me tonight. We'll talk to you later, boys and girls. I am out of here.